So, important question. What's the best chicken sandwich? Well, welcome to a very special edition of the ChickN Chronicles. If you normally watch these for our kids, we're about to disappoint you. Tell them what we're doing, Erica.
So today we are going to, I do believe it's 6 different restaurants that have chicken sandwiches. And
that's what we do on dates.
Yes. And we are going to test these chicken sandwiches from these restaurants, and we're going to see which one has the best chicken sandwich.
Yes. So where are the restaurants we're going?
So we're going to Popeyes, Chick-fil-A.
You know, some people before the pandemic started, after, they started comparing Popeye sandwich to Chick-fil-A's. Some say that's where the problem started.
Maybe so.
Anyway, go ahead.
McDonald's, KFC, Zaxby's, and PDQ. And we're doing the basic, classic fried chicken sandwich from each of these places. No sauces unless it comes on there. So
it's stock sandwich.
Yes.
I can't order spicy ones, which I hate. I mean, I love spicy ones, but I hate that I can't order them today. So, and we will let you know what we think is the best chicken sandwich. Now, some people already, I know, some people are going, well, it's Chick-fil-A. And we love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is near and dear to our hearts, but don't hate if we don't choose Chick-fil-A.
It's probably going to be Chick-fil-A.
It may, and people call Chick-fil-A God's chicken, but I'll be honest with you, no shade on Chick-fil-A here, but you know the quote, all truth is God's truth?
Yes.
Well, all chicken is God's chicken too, so. All right, here we go. So, what do you think is going to be the worst one?
The worst one?
Yeah.
Probably McDonald's.
That's what I would guess. So we'll try that one first.
All right.
So we'll try McDonald's. So this is the McDonald's one. We almost didn't get this one, but the only reason we did is because McDonald's has really been pushing this in their advertising lately. So anyway, here we go. McDonald's. Thoughts?
It's really dry tasting.
I did think it needs sauce or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we have the Popeyes chicken sandwich. The big rivalry, it so seems, between Chick-fil-A. It is Cajun, which Cajun chicken is near to my heart. By the way, honorable mention to Bojangles, but everybody knows Bojangles' thing is chicken and biscuits. They have a chicken sandwich, but we didn't include them. But we love Bojangles too. Anyway,
yes.
Okay, go for it. Popeyes. It's crunchier than I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely got a Cajun thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
This may be bad news.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're rooting for Popeyes.
Yeah, it's very crispy, which I like. That's really good. And this one has pickles and mayonnaise in addition to the chicken on here.
It does. And I can already say I would definitely get it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the pickles, but the pickles definitely are of a higher quality, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens with this. So next we have the Colonel, KFC, which generally I'm not a big fan of, actually, because again, why when you have Bojangles? The first thing I noticed about the sandwich, though, is it's humongous.
It's very decently sized.
And about half of it is like mayonnaise. So,
True.
So anyway, do you have a preference on side here? I'm just kind of grabbing. So, all right. So we're going to try KFC.
Yeah.
Also very crunchy. It does taste like KFC chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So the herbs and spices they claim are in there. They're all in there.
They put quite a bit of mayonnaise on here, so
A lot of mayonnaise.
having to wipe it off.
These people are dedicated to quality. That's what PDQ stands for, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what PDQ stands for.
We didn't know that until we Googled it just a second ago. All right, so next is PDQ's chicken sandwich. Now this one's different because their regular or most regular sandwich
Comes comes with like lettuce and tomato and pickles and stuff on it. And look at that sandwich.
It's humongous. It's also the most expensive.
Yes.
And took the longest to get without question today. So I don't know if this might be really fresh chicken. I thought I saw them chasing some chickens out back or something. So anyway, but go for it. It does come with mayonnaise on it. Mm-hmm. The ingredients are definitely fresh. I don't know how it will do in our little competition today for what's the best, but I've always said this and I still would agree.
It's so good.
This is closest to if you just made a chicken sandwich at your house. Took your time, fried some good chicken. This is closest to that. Now, if we could pick any chicken sandwich, they have a pimento cheese sandwich that is like a pimento cheese chicken sandwich that's really, really good too. So
that's really what he wanted to order.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let him.
Or a spicy one. But all right, so it's a little bit later in the day, and now it's time for a Chick-fil-A sandwich. So, go for it. As good as normal. Mm-hmm. So, if Erica could put her Chick-fil-A sauce on it, this would probably win for her.
Probably so.
And next we have Zaxby's. What do they call this?
This is just their crispy chicken sandwich, and it has their Zaxby sauce and pickles and chicken.
So it comes, well, obviously chicken, of course, but it comes with Zaxby sauce.
Yes, it comes with Zaxby sauce on it.
Okay, all right. So if you like Zaxby sauce, that's a plus, which it is good. And it's definitely a little different than all the other ones. It's their own distinct thing.
It's very crispy, kind of like the Popeyes one.
But not quite as much.
Yeah, but not quite as much.
But also good. I used to not really like Zaxby's very much, and I didn't understand the hype. But our local Zaxby's seems to have stepped up their game some. So
you just didn't have mature taste buds yet.
Maybe so. Of course, by this video, you're going to think, man, these people eat fast food all the time. We really don't.
No, we don't.
So it's the moment you've all been waiting for, or dreading, if you're still watching this ridiculous video. By the way, we're all miserable now, me and Erica, from chicken sandwiches, so don't do this. But anyway.
At least not 6 different ones at one time.
Yeah. It's all in the course of the day, but even still, yeah. So we're going to go from the least to what we think is number one. And Erica and I give you our word. We have not talked about what our choices are, as far as our total list. So we did talk about what we thought early on the last ones were going to be, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so number 6. I'll go ahead and go first. Number 6 is, to me, without question, McDonald's.
I would say the same.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Still a chicken sandwich, still fried chicken. It was real chicken.
Yes.
But it just nothing really special. And any other thoughts about it?
And it was the driest of all of the chicken sandwiches.
No question. It needed sauce bad.
Yes.
And so yeah, there's that one. All right, number 5, Erica, what would you say?
I would say KFC.
I also would agree. Yep, I would agree. Gobs of mayonnaise.
Yes.
I'm sure not every sandwich would be that way, but that one had gobs of mayonnaise.
Yeah, we were literally dropping mayonnaise everywhere in the vehicle as we were eating it.
And it did taste like KFC chicken. You had your seasonings and stuff, so that part was fine. But overall, it just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So, number 4. So, number 4, and here's where Erica and I may start to disagree. I don't know, but I would have to say, for me, number 4 is Zaxby's.
Really?
Yeah. No, I would say number 4 is Zaxby's. What would you say?
I would probably say PDQ.
Okay. All right. So the reason I say Zaxby's, yes, it was crunchy and whatnot, but the chicken, as far as being seasoned, it was just salty. I didn't feel like it had anything special. It was just kind of salty. Zax sauce is good. I like it, but it could have stood just a little bit more, and I don't know. It just also wasn't anything super special. Now, if you give me one, I'll eat it, but not my favorite. So that was my number 4. What was your number 4?
My number 4 was PDQ.
Okay. All right. Why would you say that?
So I felt like it wasn't as crispy as like the other 3 were.
That's fair.
And it just had, to compare it to other sandwiches, it had more stuff on it than the other ones. So I felt like you couldn't really get like the true like chicken flavor. Like it needed no tomato and no lettuce and those kinds of things. And it had a lot of, that one also, at least my part of it, had a lot of mayonnaise on it.
Okay, yeah. So that was PDQ.
Yes.
And so I'll just go ahead and reveal that was your number 4.
That was my number 4.
So my number 3 was PDQ. And I'll be honest, I struggled between my number 2 and number 3 because PDQ is still a really good sandwich.
Yeah.
Still a good sandwich. But that's just where it landed for me. So what was your number 3?
My number 3 would have been Zaxby's.
Okay, so we just flipped those.
Yes.
So that's pretty close, which means that leaves Chick-fil-A and Popeyes.
Yes.
So are we, how do we do this? Do we go ahead and say, okay, number 1 is, and then just explain it? That's probably the best bet.
Yeah, probably.
So number 1 for me, it was Popeyes.
That would have been the same for me.
What? Okay, well, we did a good job, and I promise we didn't talk about this beforehand. So, full disclaimer, I had not eaten any of these chicken sandwiches except for Chick-fil-A, of course, and PDQ. I hadn't had Popeyes, I hadn't had Zaxby's. Erica had the Zaxby's.
Yes.
And maybe I tasted yours one time, but, so yeah, the Popeyes, for a couple of reasons. One, the Cajun flavor, it's different. It was by far the crispiest sandwich.
And it was seasoned very well.
It was seasoned well, and the pickles were amazing.
Yeah.
They just were. And I know we were talking about chicken sandwiches, but the things you put on there, they matter.
Yes.
They do. So I made that sound far too important. Chick-fil-A.
Which every single one of those chicken sandwiches had pickles on them.
Yep,
like
they did.
It just came on them.
Chick-fil-A, supposedly the inventors of not the chicken, but the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, here's the thing. They are consistent across the board.
Yeah.
Popeyes aren't going to be. I have eaten other things at Popeyes before, long time ago, and I just know they're not near as consistent. So, Popeyes won that one. Any other comments?
Yeah. I did cheat after the video and put Chick-fil-A sauce on
She sure did. She sure did. Now, a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
And it was delicious.
A Chick-fil-A sandwich with Chick-fil-A sauce, does it beat the Popeye sandwich, Neil?
No, it really doesn't.
Wow.
So, surprise! I'm kind of surprised that Popeyes won.
People are going to be mad at us. Now that it's after the fact. So now that it's after the fact, I do have to say, just because I know people are going to be offended, Chick-fil-A holds the same place in my heart. Because my normal thing at Chick-fil-A isn't even the regular chicken sandwich. Is it yours?
No, not anymore.
And we weren't talking about fries. We weren't talking about, if we were talking about grilled chicken, this might be a different story.
Yeah.
Or the Spicy Grilled Chicken Club, for example. Or the Summer Barbecue one.
Yeah.
Or your chicken wrap.
It's true.
Or the salads.